everyone, and welcome to Fauxropter. I'm Bobby Gaucher.
And I'm John Dutton. So, Bobby, what word are we going to be talking about today?
Just.
Just what?
Just.
So we're going to just do it?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Okay, so Bobby, the use of just that inspired me to suggest this for our podcast wasn't just do it. It was just say no.
I've heard this, but I didn't think that was actually a slogan until today.
Say no to drugs is what a lot of people have in their heads, but the actual slogan, trademarked by Nancy Reagan herself,
that lady,
was just say no. Apparently it was very easy in the 80s to just say no to things that conservatives didn't like.
Especially drugs, I've heard.
And maybe sex too. I don't know. There could have been a bunch of other things.
Alcohol.
Yeah. She just say no. She just covered everything with that, right? And the issue I have with this phrase isn't the no part, which is like what they were on about, right?
Mm-hmm. Saying no is easy. I say it all the time.
Yeah, you can say no.
But just saying no?
It's a different issue, isn't it?
Well, it raises right away. If you're going to just say no, usually you say no with a justification. So by saying just say no, it removes the justification. You don't need a reason to be saying no. Just say it.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Yeah,
very good point, right? Mm-hmm. Because I suppose that's what they were kind of getting at, right? Is there's no debate here. You don't need to worry about it. Just say no. And the reason that they had thought about that issue was that the reason that the just is there, which is that it's actually really hard.
Yeah, exactly. Like, think of the last time you said no without giving a reason. Like, if you don't want to go somewhere, you don't want to do something, you don't want to explain something to someone, you don't go, no, and walk away. Mm-hmm. It's a very unnatural thing to do. Mm-hmm. Like, as a young woman, I've learned that saying no is okay. You don't have to give it, like, especially at work. Do you want to do this? Can you do this? Can you come in on Saturday? Nope. And you walk away. That's the end of the conversation. It's a full stop sentence. Mm-hmm. But people don't naturally do that. So to have a saying that says just say no, period, it's not as easy as that.
Mm-hmm. And if you're potentially a young person that the Nancy Reagan campaign was aimed at, you aren't in some sort of vacuum, right? You aren't just saying no. You've got friends who are probably doing the thing that she would like you to say no to.
Doing drugs.
Doing drugs.
And when you say no to doing drugs, just as an insight, it's not no. It's usually no, comma, thank you for offering.
Okay, well I'm sure Nancy Reagan, if she was still alive, would have been very happy to hear how polite the kids are.
The young ladies of today. Right?
Yeah, exactly. But right, there's a thing called peer pressure, right? Whatever the thing is that you're doing, and it doesn't have to be overt either, right? If a bunch of people are doing it.
That's literally why Just Say No came out, because a bunch of people were doing it.
I'm pretty sure it didn't. There was some drug taking going on.
It started right after Nancy said that.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? Let's get into it now.
Yeah. They're like, hey, good idea. Let's just do it.
So later in the 1980s, Nike comes out with Just Do It, which you might know because you're an advertising man yourself.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it.
Did you think that Nike only came out with Just Do It at the late 80s?
Well, they did. The ad agency Weed & Kennedy did write that slogan in 1988.
But you would associate Just Do It to Nike's pretty much like becoming Nike, Just Do It.
Yes, exactly. It is one of the all-time Hall of Fame, as it were, ad slogans because there was a before and after for Nike.
But to anybody kind of in like the younger generation who kind of subscribes to like Nike and Air Jordans, you would just like synonymously associate Just Do It with Nike. That swoosh now, they don't even write Just Do It anymore. It's just a check.
Exactly.
And it's exactly the opposite. It almost plays on like just say no. Well, just do it.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? And that's why we're talking about the word just. Because people also use that like in emails and things, right? Oh. Could I just ask you to... Exactly. Which is usually when somebody says, could I just ask you to fill in the whatever, thing at work? It's like, they know when they use just that your reaction is going to be, when you hear it.
Just in case you didn't know, like anytime just is used like to somebody else, it's very like belittling immediately. You're like, great.
Right,
Thank
right.
you so much.
Yeah.
But then if you go to the root of like what just, like, yes, it's used in that after a comma, like just carry on in, but it's also from justice. Is something just? So how have we talked about it for 5 minutes and talked about it in ad campaigns and being used in smarmy emails, but not as justice?
I don't know. We've managed to, though.
That's impressive.
But I don't know. I mean, this is interesting. Like, I don't know how much, if we got to the root of the word, I'm sure it's the same root, obviously, right? I don't know if the justice thing is really has any impact on people's use of just these days.
I know, but it seems very far removed from the way that just used to be written.
Oh, it
and
is.
used to be used. Is something just, and now something is just a little.
Yeah. It's obviously evolved a lot in that respect. Yeah.
Like it's moved from something very, very strong to kind of being an excuse.
Yeah, I mean, people will say something is unjust, but they won't ever say it's just.
And when you use the word just, you're usually justifying something that's probably not great. Oh, I was just there for a minute. I was just doing it because my friends were.
Yeah, you're right. It's a sneaky little word, right? That sneaks in. Nancy Reagan snuck it in there. She could have said, say no to drugs.
That's
right?
what I thought it was. I thought it was just say no to drugs.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's what it became during the 90s.
It's possible that there was an ad campaign that anybody can look up that
it's Smokey the Bear.
Had the slogan.
Yeah. Say no to drugs.
Right. But when she launched it, just say no.
Yeah.
That was it.
bad.
That was your cover all your bases conservative instruction to anything new. Just say no.
Or just do it.
Yes, but that's different. All right. Do we think we've covered just? Wait. Have we done justice to just?
I think that's a proper justification.
Is it really? Okay. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to sign off now and say to everybody, thank you for listening. And we'll be back soon with another episode of Fauxropter.
So just come back.
Yeah, just do it. Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, bye.
Bye.